Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so let's get into sort of a connection spread. I'm gonna see what do we need to look at for the connections coming up in the near future. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the beautiful viewers that join me here? Feminines on the left, masculines on the right. What is it that we can see about the near future energies in these connections? Wow, emotional transparency and risking it. Yeah, putting ourselves out there, opening up. King of Cups in the shared space. This is pouring out our emotions, having a look at what has been unexpressed. And risking it, the Four of Coins, this is kind of scarcity, guarding our heart. In the inverse for me, it's this opening, vulnerability coming into the connections here. The feminines have the Seven of Wands, which is bravery, perseverance, continuing to show up and fight for this. I'm getting that the feminines will have a little bit of a experience in the reality where people might say some things that cause the feminines to be a little bit defensive potentially. Maybe people say like, don't wait much longer, or you deserve love, those kinds of things. And the feminines are sticking with this manifestation regardless of anything that's coming up in their reality like that. Masculines have the Eight of Wands. So they're energetically giving the feminine support. So I'm getting that the feminines are actually going to have a little resistance in their reality right now, or even in their internal reality, that's going to cause them to be more realistic with emotions and transparency of emotions, and that the masculines are offering energetic support right now to help the feminines take a good deep look at some of the defense mechanisms, denial, clouded vision, skepticism, fear, those kinds of things where the feminines haven't been able to see or believe in the love in some way. Whether there's still something in the past where these connections seemed to get rocky, the feminines haven't seen their contribution to that. They may have thought that the masculine was the cause of that. Feminines, really look at what your internal conversation with self was before some of those confusing things occurred. Because this is your chance to really see how you manifest everything you experience. Whatever shows up to you in your reality is a direct reflection of you. And that does not mean that these things are fictitious, that they're just puppets. The way this reality works is those very real things show up quantumly entangled with exactly what you are internally as a reflection of you. When you're a match for something showing up in your reality, spoiler alert, everything that shows up in your reality is a match for you in some way. When you're a match for that, it's a match for you. What you're wanting is wanting you. What you're resisting is resisting you. So, if you can get really good at understanding what's going on inside of you, it makes perfect sense what you're seeing externally. And this is how it works all together. So let's get some energetic cards. What can we see for the feminines in this Seven of Wands energy? Seal of Venus, self-love, elemental magic, protection. So you're protected. This is your opportunity to love yourself more. When you love yourself more, you are receptive to love externally because you are allowing yourself to be loved internally. And artistry, expression, community, celebration. So there's going to be a developmental stage where you are going to experience internal self-love, and then you're going to start getting more love from your community. This is in your love language. People will be demonstrating how loved you are in your community, externally, so to speak. You're going to see how when you acknowledge certain things that you love about yourself, that's going to be reflected externally, I'm hearing. And this is going to be one way that you can develop your faith in your ability to manifest the destiny that you want to see. Okay, masculines. What can we see as reflected in the masculines at this time? Galactic transporter, adventure, exploration, and discovery. So masculines are going to be consciously, telepathically sending the feminines some support. This is an interesting multidimensional adventure, I just heard, because the masculines are going to know when they direct this intention towards the feminine that they see the results in their feminine. So something that they have observed in you, divine feminines, is going to grow into a more love-filled, blossoming version of itself than the masculines had seen before. They're seeing how their focus on you in loving ways energetically produces fruit, even without talking to you directly about it. They're starting to see their energetic value and impact in your life, and how their 2 cents, their contribution makes a very real difference. This King of Cups is coming in as a masculine energy, an experience that the masculines have had in their past where they have felt invisible, misunderstood, not valued. And so I see the masculines testing their resolve and their true essence, their true value, by putting intention out there and honoring indirect attention. It's gaining in confidence so they can be more direct in their approach, more material realm in their approach. But they are establishing this knowledge of self in the energetic realms. Notice how this goes hand in hand with you, divine feminines, loving yourself more and becoming more receptive to love. The masculines are becoming more engaged in offering love. What can we see for this emotional transparency? The King of Cups for the feminines. Harmonic oscillator, timing, rhythm, synchronization, and frequency. So your emotional truth, the way that you have navigated this journey emotionally, has everything to do with the connection stabilizing and staying consistent as a desired, preferred way of life and manifesting. So when you've been insecure or waffled, the connection has gone hot and cold. Or when there have been other priorities, even if it hasn't been in insecurity, even if it's been karma cleanup or legitimate healing time needed, or stepping onto your soul purpose more fully. Whenever you've had things you've been juggling, that heating and cooling in the connection has mirrored what you've genuinely needed on your side. As you come into balance in your own life, this connection comes into balance because this is a sacred mirror for you, feminine. And so as you've brought in harmonized, stabilized energy. Your connection reflects that. Your emotions and your own emotional transparency with self in your inner holy of holies is your most accurate read on what you are generating your reality with the energy of. If you're balanced inside, your reality will balance. If you are unstable inside, your reality will be unstable. And so this is you coming into the synchronization with that which you desire to see. You are acting as if by being a visionary, designing what it is that you would like to experience and holding that vision internally, that is creating an alignment in your external world that matches that which you are asking for. Okay, what do the masculines need to know about the King of Cups? Fell on the feminine side. Telepathy. So we got this telepathic message. So masculines are actively testing the telepathic connection. Unsolicited, I'm hearing. So this doesn't mean it's non-consensual. But the masculines are definitely declaring and corresponding. Chamber of communication. They know that they have a special phone number, so to speak, just for you. They've got your number, Divine Feminine, in the ways that is a perfect synchronistic match for you. And they are honing this skill. It will be directly experienced more and more as you come into union. This is a new level of it, a new adventurous level of it for the masculines testing this energetically. It is a pretty cool domain. I know I'm having a very interesting thing happen. I was telepathically asked to send my counterpart a number. I sent my counterpart the number 3. I had to put down the fear of looking foolish to send that number 3, but when I heard when I sent the number 3, I heard tick, tick, tick. And I went, what? And then I heard tick, 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 tick. And I went, what? And then I was like, okay, it'll make sense in time. Later that day, I saw the message that my counterpart was playing with a piece of metal that was going tick, 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 tick. And it was just, there was more to it that I'm not going to share, but it was confirmation of the moment that I was telepathically asked to put the 3 for the reasons that my counterpart and I exchanged. And then that was a confirmation for me that without even having to have a conversation that we shared in that manifestation. I don't know for my counterpart what occurred on his side, but that's what happened on my side. And so I would attest, I'm experiencing this deepening of telepathic communion. What can we see for the risking it, opening up energy? Seal of individuality for the masculines, authenticity, uniqueness, and integration. So masculines are realizing more and more how unique they are and how divine masculine they really are. How all the things that they thought that they were weird on the outside, all those misunderstood qualities, you, divine feminine, have matched them in recognition of these things. Those are the things that you seem to point out and highlight and cherish the most about them through your actions, not so much even what you've been able to articulate, I'm getting. And this is why it's been interesting, because you haven't spelled it out for your masculine, but they know through your actions that you see these things. Whereas with narcissists and karmic partners and love bombers, the people would have taken advantage of similar types of things or surface level aspects of these things. You are responding to the depth of these things is what I'm hearing. And this is giving your counterpart a kind of uncanny trust in your character and who you really are, even without having to put into words what exactly it is that you recognize in them. They're getting the reflection of your actions regardless. Oh, yeah. And so they're not even conscious of this. It's a deep, deep baseline that they feel you share, but this is it explained, basically. Wow, very good. What about the feminines? Why is there this willing to risk it kind of energy here? Sophistication, ingenuity, originality, and elegance. Yeah, the feminines see in you, divine masculines, this very elegant, sophisticated aspect of the connection that in their own personal way, the feminine has always idealized, thought of as romantic, sexy, creative, whatever kind of aspect of your feminine that they have always cherished and felt unique in and appreciated about themselves. They are seeing you demonstrate that kind of thing regarding them. It's like you're mirroring to them things that they have cultivated in themselves that is a unique signature of their soul print. They're seeing you possess those same priorities and demonstrations as they love most about themselves. And that is really putting their soul at ease to stick with this and to continue opening to see where it will go. Awesome. Okay, let's get into a counterpart reading, a twin flame reading with a baseline energy, and then how the masculine and feminine are each experiencing these common energies. So the connection, the counterpart on the conscious mind, the heart space for the connection and the counterpart, what each are wanting to manifest, feminines on the left, masculines on the right, what each are manifesting in their own right and in these connections, actions in their own right and these connections, biggest challenge, solution, and direction in the near future. Ooh, and why don't I do also intimately what that's doing for the connection. So I'm going to look at the energies. Where's my guidebook for the Erotic Tarot? There it is. Okay, we're good. Shuffle that so we can see how this is affecting or connected to the romantic, intimate aspect of the connections. Okay, so on the conscious mind about the connections, what is the median energy? Oh, you're kidding. The King of Cups again. So this is the emotional transparency. That's where we're at, folks. We are at this emotionally honest, sincere assessment of the mastery, the emotional mastery that the counterparts have been awakening to in themselves, in their counterpart. How are the feminines experiencing this? Nine of Cups, they're wishing for this. They're wishing to explore it. They are here for it. Yeah. They've been even manifesting it, consciously inviting it. And the masculines, Two of Swords. This is helping them drop into their truth more and more. This is that nocturnal telepathic energy as well. With the blindfold, it's putting down the ways of the world and other people's opinions and dropping into that inner sacred shared space, into the moon, into the feminine. So it's this deepening of the internal consciousness. It's validating the inner verse of existence. These connections are supportive of the continued connection with the inner verse as a primary point of manifestation. Ooh. What is the conscious understanding of the counterpart? Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, gift from the divine. It's going to be more and more revealed to each counterpart how perfectly the other reflects their heart wish for love. Feminines. Wow, the devil. Huh. So the feminines are going to be very much understanding how this counterpart is the only thing that can uproot barrier, segregation, separation. This is the final frontier to love. This is the only gift from God that is powerful enough to overcome obstacles, true heart walls, and that the feminines can see that they have already in their own right. There's a spider that bridges here. Even though there's this other mushroom, this spider has bridged the two, despite the mushroom looming in the background, the devil mushroom. The two have still woven this energetic connectivity that is prioritizing the connection even over the wah in the background. And for the masculines, the Empress. So the masculine's eyes are being opened to the timing, their own abundance that is synonymous with coming in closer in relationships. So the masculines are working on their abundance. It goes hand in hand, the divine timing. The masculines are learning that as they become more worthy in their own eyes regarding their abundance, or even the lack thereof, that you are standing the test of time, divine feminine, and you are a gift that can't be taken from them. They're loving themselves unconditionally. You're giving them wind in their sails to continue to create their own abundance and to align with abundance. And the more abundant they become, the more worthy of you they feel. Oh, what is the heart space for the connections? This is the emerging contribution, the soul flame, the passion, aliveness for life. It's the heart coming alive. 5 of Pentacles. This is being shown to the feminines that even in the periods of separation or the illusion of separation, that this inspiration is still flowing, welling within them. There's still growth. Even when there's periods of distance in some regard, there's still this becoming through the midst of it. And the masculines, it's like the eternal love. 5 of Wands. So right now, this passion growing is really helping the masculines release anything that's not on the same page with aliveness, growth, freedom, all the things that love is. Anything that's not those things is now easy to see that it's just not attractive to the masculines anymore. If it's not in alignment, it's not a focus anymore. What is the heart space for each? Well, this new beginning, this emerging leap of faith, the risking it. The feminines, King of Wands, yeah. They're like, whew. I know, I just looked at a picture of my counterpart today and oh my God, he was so handsome. It was breathtaking. And for a moment I thought, oh, he's way too good looking. And then I was like, no, the divine told me that he's my perfect manifestation because he is. I think he's the best looking person on the planet. Like, wow. And so I'm like, yeah, no, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm the one that thinks he is more beautiful than anyone else could think he's beautiful. I mean, so many people probably do, but oh my gosh, the way I think is beautiful, wow. That's this kind of energy. But it's the soul. It's the soul. It's that recognition that you are in love with this person's soul because their soul is a reflection of your soul. It's a complement to your soul. And that's what is worth going for. It's the soul recognition. It's the love on the soul level. It's not the physical. The physical is the shell and the soul radiates out through it. I specifically was stopped in my tracks by the look in his eye in a particular picture. And that's because these are the windows to the soul. And so that beauty that we see in our counterpart truly is their soul. Feminines are understanding that that is worth going for. Instead of in the past, if that was daunting or intimidating, or if the feminine was insecure and was threatened by that, now it's a different thing. Now it's empowering. Now it's like, yes, bring it on. And the fear is gone. It's now a celebration of the beauty that we see in our counterpart. And that is because the blemishes, the shortcomings, the sinful stuff is being removed so that the beauty can truly shine through, unadulterated, pure, genuine, authentic. And that is the recognition that removes the competition, fear, lack, scarcity, and shows what is truly for us is for us. It's not to be feared that everybody will want some of that or that it's going to be taken. When it's for you, it's for you. What are the masculines experiencing with this leap? Yeah, they've never been more sure of what they actually want. What you want is wanting you, feminines. Your masculine is wanting you more and more. The more you have this soul recognition and you love their character, you love their soul, you love their essence, they want you more and more. When you love them on that level, the real them, they love you more and more because that's you getting it. What is the wish that each counterpart, this wanting it, everybody has this wish. This is my wish card. Same card we just got for the masculines, 9 of Cups. We're no longer looking at these things as a temptation. We're now looking at what is our genuine heart wish. We're no longer thinking the things we want are carrots on the stick. We're now seeing we're manifesting those things. Not only is it unlikely it's coincidence that they're showing up, but it's specifically showing up in those ways because you have been manifesting that. So if you reject it, you're essentially sinning against what you're creating. You're missing the mark. You're not receiving what you're being given. If this is showing up and it is a perfect design for you, if you resist it, if you reject it, if you go into fear, that's you being in resistance to that which you are asking for. How are the feminines? Knight of Pentacles, they're working on it, on the chopping block, I just heard. So feminines are really taking a sincere look at that, the irony of it. It's its own reward. it's showing up because it's something that delights you. Receive it. Receive the blessing. What are the masculines? 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, they're wishing for this, but they don't know what to do with it next. I'm just getting that some of the way that we can ground this more is to have open, transparent communication about what we appreciate in each other most and acknowledge those things, exchange those things so that we can deepen together as a shared motion. The masculines are withholding, thinking that they know exactly how it should look or how it should turn out because they deeply want to know your side of it, feminines. What is the wish for these connections directly? Ooh, 4 of Wands, 11-11 union. Working towards marriage, romantic connection, taking it slow, acknowledging that this is worth it, has the makings of what it would take, has the ingredients to justify taking it slow and doing it right. For the feminines, what do we see? 3 of Swords. Okay, so there's still some false twins. We've got false morale mushroom here. There's still some false misconceptions that might still be causing uncertainty in the feminines about other people, about multiple people, about the way and why multiple people show up or past relationships. There's still some kind of carryover with somebody else other than the masculine that the feminines are still finalizing the understanding about and healing, neutralizing. That's why this 4 of Wands isn't in the upright, because there are certain things that can only be fully released when we get, it's a gradual slide. So as the old's being released, we have an overlap of the new coming in. And this is sort of just that freeze frame between the old phasing out and the new phasing in, where we have it all in the same view, is what I'm hearing. So it's witnessing the contrast of certain things, karmic things, or underdeveloped past experiences juxtaposed with the new healed, just for education purposes. This is where that is something that becomes evident, the contrast for the feminines. What about the masculines here? The sun. So full consciousness of these connections are being brought to light, are living in real time, coming to light. I'm hearing by the end of this month, this is like, well, actually, we're just finalizing Leo season, aren't we? So, yeah, it feels like actually right now it's wrapping up this kind of motion where the masculines have been really coming to the understanding of what this connection is, that it could lead to life partnership. They've seen something that now they want this. Whew. What are the actions the counterparts are taking in their own right? Bringing back their power from the past, reclaiming their empowerment from things that have been difficult in the past, not letting the past stay in the past and drag them down, but knowing that life is for living and the best is yet to come. How are the feminines handling this? Awakening. So I think this goes hand in hand with this sort of contrast of the things from the past that are phasing out and the new coming in. There is an illuminating awareness about it all, about the contrast, and seeing that we can redeem positive things from the past and include them going forward, but we don't have to bring the lower vibrational things forward. We can edit that and revise, set a new trajectory, that we can have a second chance. These are both cards of second chances coming back around, but I think, you know, in old earth templates, it would have been a second chance. In ascended templates, it's really the first authentic chance. It's the ascended version of the connection. Yeah, we get coming in from out of the cold, another return, a second chance here. So everybody is coming back around, and instead of it being looked at as literally a second chance, it's an ascended first chance. We saw all of the ways that these connections could have terminated in a karmic way, and now we're seeing how they can thrive in an ascended way. What are we doing towards each other? Dropping the guard, dropping the resistance. For the feminines, staying open to what will come without judgment, just observing, looking for the things to be grateful for rather than the things to be afraid of. And bravery, the masculines are showing up and proving themselves, I just heard. What are the biggest challenges right now? Eliminating, house cleaning, energetic house cleaning, getting rid of things that are not in alignment. Two of Pentacles, feminines are putting down other options, possibly these third energies, karmic partners, other romantic suitors, possible other traumas, things that have been influencing the way that the feminine can show up fully for their divine counterpart. Those things are being released. And masculines, yeah, they're closing out worldly things as well to ascend to a new level with these relationships. So we're going into the new earth templates in these relationships. We're crossing the threshold here. It's a spiritual purification, meaning we're no longer aligning with things that are lower vibrational. We are making healthy choices, setting healthy boundaries, honoring ourselves. And in that motion, our counterparts are continuing to be in tandem and collaborate this. What can we see for the solution? Yeah, coming out of separation in these connections. So whatever we're releasing is actually allowing for these connections to come into view. Three of Pentacles. So this is bringing it into the material realm, into the physical. There's a clock. This is a clock that has the pentacles. So it's only a matter of time before you start seeing overlap in your material realm. If you've heard of the Mandela effect, I've actually started noticing that showing up. There are things that are a little bit different, like we've jumped a new timeline, because I have seen things with somebody I used to think was my divine counterpart be totally incongruent in the most interesting ways. Things I thought I was sure of are definitely not factual. Likewise, things that I thought were more dislocated with my counterpart, my love, there are kind of surprises happening. People are bringing his name up to me like it's common knowledge we know each other, that I didn't even think knew that we knew each other at all. So interesting. what can we see for the masculine, or sorry, for the direction? Magician, manifestation. For the feminines, King of Swords. This is the truth and nothing but the truth, the infallible truth. So help me God, meaning that's not a threat. That's a, if I don't know the truth, I'm going to lean on asking for it on Most High instead of making assumptions. Truth rings true. If it doesn't ring true, if there's pain, uncertainty, confusion, ask for understanding. Ask the divine. Ask the universe. Ask the appropriate person. Ask, and it is given. Feminines, walk in truth. For the masculines, how do we manifest? Yeah, return. Come back around. Swallow the pride. Recoup the loss. Direct the ship. Course correct. Do that with gusto. Once and for all. Okay. Oh, I forgot to use the intimacy cards. What is the sacred intimacy of these connections? Twin flames, Two of Candles. What can we see? What is that? You've established a foothold. Your desires are within reach. A plan of action is now needed to strengthen your position. Don't shy away from requesting guidance on which path to take. So everybody, yeah, those last messages of ask and it is given hold true. Okay, many blessings and bye for now.